That's crazy.
No, it's incredible.
Those are two of the best, like, of this era. I think he's one of the best of all time. I really do. I think he's one of the best heavyweights of all time. And his move.
It's an unbelievable spectacle, and the ring keep providing us with these crazy spectacles and crazy events. It's the location for this one that's just, I can't get my head around it. It'll be the experience of a lifetime. You break it down, and when it comes to the fight, Rico Verhoeven is a problem. He's a problem, and we don't actually know much about him from a boxing perspective, but we know nothing really. He's had one bout, and you cannot take anything from that at all. His kickboxing experience tells you an awful lot.
Dude, he's so big now. Have you seen him? You seen the most recent photos? He put some photos on Instagram of him training, and he took pictures of him with his shirt off. And you're like, what? Jesus Christ. He looks like he's about 250 now, something like that. And he's a big giant dude. He's always been a big giant dude, but he's like super muscled out.
Yeah, for me, it was like, why not accept the challenge? It is, like you said, he's considered arguably like one of the best boxers to ever do it. So what an honor and what an opportunity I have. I've conquered everything within the sport of kickboxing, and now getting the opportunity to do it within the sport of boxing, I love it. Like, never get comfortable.
Boxing insiders say they've been taken aback by Rico Verhoeven's recent physical change, with Eddie Hearn reportedly struck by how big and powerful he now looks. Around the sport, the talk isn't celebratory so much as cautious. People describing a fighter who seems physically different heading into this crossover clash. Even some of Alexander Usyk's supporters are beginning to acknowledge the size gap and what it could mean if the night turns physical.
It was the most exhausted he's ever been, because he's always moving. There's no rest with him.
No rest,
there's
no
like
time.
constant, there's constant twitching.
Under fire the whole time.
You're constantly thinking, when is this coming?
Tony Bellew points to the scale of the challenge, and he also acknowledges what people can't stop noticing about Rico Verhoeven right now: how much his size and physique have changed, and how widely it's being discussed across the boxing world. Fans and analysts aren't just impressed. Many sound surprised by how powerful and well-built he looks heading into this crossover clash. And that inevitably feeds the central question: whether that physical presence can create real problems for Alexander Usyk in a pure boxing setting.
If this was a kickboxing match, I'm trying to tell you, Alexander's in an awful lot of trouble. Do not take a kick off him. Thankfully for Alexander Usyk, this is a boxing match. And I think once them first 3 or 4 rounds pass, and that awkwardness and stance and style Alexander Usyk figures out, I think Rico could be in for a hard night's work.
I mean, someone was saying it could change boxing forever if he wins, Rico. How does Rico go about trying to solve that puzzle of Usyk?
It'd be the greatest shock boxing's ever seen. If Rico Verhoeven is to defeat Alexander Usyk, it will be the greatest victory in boxing history.
Listen, when I was young, I too using kickboxing, boxing, but I like.
Nobody told me that.
I like, but not like this. Yeah, the crazy man, the legs.
Maybe he throws a high kick.
Yeah, but I like kick and legs on street. Oof, yeah, low kick, my giri. That's
nice.
Yeah, we training but then my coach, it's not kickboxing coach, it's like jiu-jitsu, wrestling, boxing is one coach, but another sport is like a crazy man. But then I find look for a good coach. It's my first coach, Lapin Sergey. Yes, it's good. My father said, "Hey, try boxing." I say, "Okay."
And here you are.
Huh?
And here you are. You tried it, and you done well.
Yeah.
Tony Bellew frames the fight in practical terms, and he doesn't pretend the task is small for Rico Verhoeven. He says Alexander Usyk isn't just a champion in name. He's an active, prime-level fighter who's already gone through elite heavyweights like Tyson Fury and Daniel Dubois when they were at their best. Bellu's point is that Rico would be stepping into a different tier of boxing entirely, where the margin for error is thin and a single mistake can cost you more than a round.
Dude, he's so big now. Have you seen him? You seen the most recent photos? He put some photos on Instagram of him training, and he took pictures of him with his shirt off. And you're like, what? Jesus Christ. He looks like he's about 250 now, something like that. And he's a big giant dude. He's always been a big giant dude, but he's like super muscled out.
Joe Rogan points to the growing wave of crossover fights and how it's quietly reshaping what fans consider elite competition. He notes that more fighters are stepping outside their own disciplines now, walking into unfamiliar rules, unfamiliar rhythms, and environments that don't forgive instinct. And that's what adds pressure and curiosity to Usyk versus Rico Verhoeven. A collision of two worlds where style and experience don't translate evenly, and nobody truly knows what carries over until the first hard exchanges.
Little space, and I can see how the monetization vehicle of this works. But Usyk wouldn't be doing this unless there's a reason for it. There must be a motivation behind it. It must be some form of derivative as to what happened between the various disciplines crossing over with Ngannou and...
Max Kellerman offers a firm view of Alexander Usyk's condition, saying he believes the champion is still operating at his peak. He even suggests Usyk looks physically stronger than before, almost like a sharpened, upgraded version of himself. And while Kellerman respects what Rico Verhoeven has achieved, he's clear about the gap a pure boxing setting can expose. In his eyes, Usyk still holds a significant advantage in skill, timing, and ring intelligence.
Dude, he's so big now. Have you seen him? You seen the most recent photos? He put some photos on Instagram of him training, and he took pictures of him with his shirt off. And you're like, what? Jesus Christ. He looks like he's about 250 now, something like that. And he's a big giant dude. He's always been a big giant dude, but he's like super muscled out.
Wade Clemens approaches this matchup with a visible frustration, questioning the logic of Alexander Usyk putting his position on the line against a crossover opponent like Rico Verhoeven. He understands why boxing keeps flirting with spectacle, and he points to the Francis Ngannou, Tyson Fury example as proof of how quickly these events can capture the public. But he draws a clear distinction when it comes to Usyk. In Clemens' view, Usyk is a more complete and technical boxer, with fewer of the openings that made that earlier kind of upset feel possible. On paper, he argues, that makes this matchup look one-sided. Still, he concedes the truth that never goes away in combat sports. One clean shot from Rico could change everything. Even with that, Clemens remains stuck on the same question: why an undisputed champion would accept this level of risk against someone without elite-level professional boxing experience.
This is not a fight I am a massive fan of, and now that I'm free, now that I can kind of, be more open about my opinions on this fight, I fucking hate this fight. I can't stand it. I understand the circus nature of it in terms of, big name kickboxer, one of the best of all time, if not the best of all time, coming in to fight an all-time great in the boxing space in his sport. We saw it with Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury. The only difference there was, I think, more fans of Francis Ngannou, more of a what-if factor because of his punching power and because Fury was 550 pounds in that fight. Accurate, not even exaggerating. We got a masterpiece in terms of what Francis did to the current heavyweight champion of the world. Now, this is a little different because Alexander Usyk is a massively different operator than Tyson Fury. He is a far better technical boxer than anyone at heavyweight, and he isn't really susceptible to one-punch KO power the same way Fury is when he comes in out of shape and blubbery. Now, is there the off chance that Rico catches Alexander Usyk? Yeah, sure. I understand. It's a fight. Anything can happen. But why is the WBC heavyweight champion of the world not just taking a recess from fighting the biggest and best boxers on the planet when he is the sitting champion, but also putting his title on the line to fight a kickboxer with one professional boxing match in his career? That's the big part that...
That's it for today. Stay tuned. See you next time.